you need to do every single day to look how you want to look, to feel how you want to feel, to have the relationships that you want to have, what do you need to do to make sure that you are showing up and living the life you really, truly want to live?
Hi, I'm Tisha, and this channel is dedicated to helping you figure out the best nutrition and eating strategy for you so that you can achieve a vibrantly healthy body, balanced mind, and a full soul. I also want to teach you about yoga, meditation, pranayama, and other mind-body therapies, all of which I truly believe can help you create your happiest life and self. So now, let's jump to today's topic.
Hi everybody, and happy Video Monday. This is Tisha Mahar coming at you today from the beautiful Canggu Beach in Bali. And I actually am wishing that I came here a little earlier than I did because I only have one day here and it's so beautiful and I want more time. But nonetheless, I'm flying to London tomorrow in the UK, and I'm really looking forward to connecting with one of my longtime best friends there, and also to chatting with many of you. Thank you so much for your patience in terms of scheduling your consults. The Wi-Fi in Bali has been not so reliable, and I did not want to schedule your consults under those circumstances. So I'm really looking forward to finally doing your consultation with many of you in London next week. And then after London, I will be heading to the place where I think our retreats will be. And regarding the retreats, thank you so much for your genuine enthusiasm about my news. I am even more excited now than I was before, and since announcing this news and receiving your feedback, I have been non-stop thinking about all of the things I want to incorporate into the retreats to really make sure that the experience for you is super powerful and transformative in all kinds of super positive ways. And that brings me to this week's topic. So today I want to talk to you about something that I'm going to refer to as your personal code. And this concept first was introduced to me actually by a podcast that I love and listen to often called The Broad New World. And the gentleman who created this podcast is really delivering some amazing information. So I would highly recommend you check it out. I will put a link in the description box below for how you can do that. And anyways, in this one particular podcast, the gentleman, I don't actually know his name, but he talks about the concept of developing a code or figuring out your personal code. And this is something that I've been thinking a lot about with regards to myself, with regards to my clients. And this is something that I have also done over the years, but just not with that exact terminology. Like, I wasn't thinking about it as the code, but it's totally what it is, and it's a great way of explaining it. So I wanted to utilize his term and introduce this concept to you. So basically what it is you want to develop a specific personal code for how you live your life in terms of your day, the flow of your day, in terms of your nutrition, in terms of your relationships, all of the things that make you who you are, and more specifically, all of the things that you need to do to become the best version of you, that person that you truly want to be. And so in the podcast, the gentleman talks about, what do you need to do in terms of your nutrition to feel your best? What can you do each day in terms of your morning and evening routine, for example, to really optimize your efficiency and your ability to be present with people throughout the day? So all of this kind of stuff. And I've recommended this to you guys over the years for sure. But what I'm going to suggest to you is that you sit down and you do columns. So you do my daily flow or routine, that's what I called it. You do my nutrition, you do my relationships, and maybe you'll come up with a few other things too. And then under each column, really take some time to meditate and to really think about, you know, what are the things that you've noticed in your life really help you feel your best, look your best, and perform the best, all that kind of stuff. Mentally, emotionally, physically, all of it. So, for example, they're like rules, but don't think of them as like, I have to do this or I failed and I suck and I'm a loser. Not at all. Not like that. Let it be a gentle thing that really guides you in a loving, healthy way. So, for example, I'll tell you some of the things that are showing up under my columns. So in terms of my day's flow, I wake up every morning and I do a little bit of yoga. I hydrate my body well with, you know, at least a liter of water. I meditate. Those three things have to happen every morning. If I skip any one of those things, I will feel it throughout the day in one way or another. So that is key for me. Also the evening. It is essential for me that I don't lay in bed before going to sleep scrolling through Instagram. That creates so much like stress in me for some reason, and it keeps my mind really active, and I already struggle with calming my mind, or I have to make sure that I do that because I tend to be an overthinker and overanalyzer. I put a lot of pressure on myself. I can get very heady. So it's really important for me to also have a wind down routine in the night. So what this looks like for me is turning off all electronics by 9 p.m. at the latest. And then what I do is, again, a little bit of yoga, some gentle, soft stretching, being really mindful of my breath, slow inhales, even slower, longer exhales. This really calms the nervous system. Additionally, I often have like a herbal tea of some sort, and then I get in bed, I put my legs up the wall, and I read for 15 minutes. You don't have to do any of that, or maybe you'll pick pieces of that, or maybe you can only do one of those things. My entire morning routine takes about maybe 40 minutes. My entire evening routine about the same. So it's not that much time, and seriously, guys, the difference this makes in my life is huge. Often we hear things like this and we're like, oh, that's not that important. That can't really make that big of a difference. It does. It could be the thing that makes the biggest difference for you, especially if you're a A-type person, if you're a stressy person, if you tend to push yourself really hard to the point of burnout. This is even more important for you. In future videos and at the retreats for sure, I want to talk to you guys more about Ayurvedic medicine and about the doshas, because this is also so important. Knowing your body type, knowing your constitution can really help you figure out your code. So what is the best diet for you? What is the best life practices based on your constitution? I am a Vata dosha, and Vata dosha is air dosha, and it's fast moving, it's quick, always changing. It tends to not do things in a routine way. Cold dosha. So all of the attributes of Vata will cause imbalances in me if I'm not mindful of them. For me, routine is critical. Making sure that I'm grounding myself often is critical. Not doing an entirely raw food diet is super important for me. I feel way better eating some warm cooked food, and that is again because I am Vata. And this stuff really makes a difference too. So if you're interested in learning more about Ayurvedic medicine, if you have a question about how you can figure out your dosha, join the group. I'll help you with that. But that can be valuable. I'm going to go into this at the retreat quite in-depthly as well. So moving on to the next column, nutrition. So again, knowing my Vata, knowing my body, knowing my allergies, all of these things have helped me figure out, okay, part of my code is that I'm not going to eat gluten. It's not because I don't think things that contain gluten taste good. Of course, there are many things that contain gluten that taste good, but I don't like how I feel when I eat that. And that's the end of it. And because I have an allergy to it, which I've seen or known, from doing a test, I know that when I eat that food, I'm creating an inflammatory state in my body. And it causes me to feel sluggish, and it causes me to feel joint pain and all kinds of things, and bloated. And I don't want to feel those things. So it doesn't make sense for me to eat gluten. So I just don't. So that goes on my code. Does that mean I never eat treats? No, of course I do. With regards to relationships, I make sure that I maintain healthy boundaries within my relationships. But I also make sure that I go out every day and connect with people. I take time every day to pull back and to really tune into what I need and balance myself. I need that. I need quiet time, solitude time every single day, or I can sometimes become a little bit scattered and not connected. So I need that balance. I need to talk to people every day. I need to smile at people. I need to have a hug, that kind of thing. I also have on that list that I try to schedule at least 1 or 2 consultations each week, because that fills me up. Helping people and having that feedback from somebody that, they're feeling better because of things that I've taught them, that is so huge for me in terms of my communication and relationships column. So even if I'm really busy, I try to include that because that doesn't stress me out. That fills me up with joy. And it's my life work, so it's great. Anyway, I hope this has given you some things to think about. I can't tell you guys enough how important this is. There was a time in my 20s where I didn't do any of this mindfulness stuff. I literally woke up, drank caffeine, had a intense workout, and then got on with my day. And there was no mindfulness, and my life, it really showed up in my life in all areas. So you have to take time to work in. So this is one way to do that. Take some time to reflect on your personal code. What do you need to do in terms of your daily flow, in terms of your nutrition, and in terms of your relationships to feel your best on all levels? Thank you as always for watching. I hope you could hear this and that those beautiful waves weren't too loud. Please, if you haven't already, join my group on Facebook. It's called TESHIA'S group. I'll put the link below. Ask me questions there anytime. I have a beautiful community there also who will support you and give their feedback. Many people who have been working on themselves and on their health for decades. So yeah, please take advantage of that resource. I hope you all have a fantastic week. Again, I look forward to connecting with you in London, and I will let you know soon about where I'm going after London. In the next few weeks, next week I'm going to film a video for you about back bends, how you can start to incorporate a daily back bend into your life, or more than that. That's one thing that I do every morning as part of my routine, as part of my yoga. I do a daily back bend, and it is so energizing, so heart-opening. It gets me into such an amazing receptive space. And so I'm going to teach you how to incorporate a back bend into your life, whether it be a very beginner one or something a little bit more advanced. And the following week, I'm going to be doing a yoga video for our weekly video about how you can work into the splits. And those were 2 recommendations for videos that I received through the group. So those will be coming up. Thank you as always for watching, or as they say here in Bali, suksuma. Bye you guys.